Welcome to the very first edition of my Black Sabbath review. I'm gonna go through all their fucking albums and I'm gonna talk about my favorite band in the whole world. And maybe it's just my opinion, I don't know, but they are the greatest fucking band ever. So welcome to the very first Black Sabbath review. Black Sabbath, in my opinion, the very first heavy metal band. Yeah, I know some of you out there are going, no, it wasn't them, it was Blue Cheer. Blue Cheer? Blue Cheer was doing nothing different than what Hendrix was doing. I love Jimi Hendrix, but seriously, fuck him. Black Sabbath did the very first fucking album. And this right here is an epic fucking album, released in 1970, recorded in only one fucking day, man. You believe this shit? And now it's 40, we're going on 41 years later, and it's still listened to and still sounds fresh. It still sounds fucking awesome. So I'm gonna review the very first Black Sabbath album. Let's go, let's start it. Here we go. Very first Black Sabbath album. Track 1 is Black Sabbath, the title track of the album and the title track of the band. Originally the band was called Earth, but there was another band called Earth, so they had to just come up with a new name. And it was a movie theater that was playing the movie Black Sabbath that was starring Boris Karloff, and that's where they got the name. Another little tidbit, some of you might not know, that for a little while there, Tony Iommi left Black Sabbath and played with Jethro Tull. A lot of people don't know this, but there's actually video footage of him in Jethro Tull when they played the Rolling Stone Rock and Roll Circus. But then he came back because Jethro Tull are fags and they kicked him out. Nothing against Jethro Tull. I actually like Jethro Tull, but fuck them. Black Sabbath. So they went, they did this album in one fucking day, and they released it in February of 1970, and it was on Friday the 13th, so it was February 13th, 1970, the very first Black Sabbath album came out, and it opens with thunder and lightning and it's the beginning of metal. That's how the beginning of metal starts, with thunder and lightning. A lot of people out there say Geezer was the person that wrote the lyrics to the first Black Sabbath album and the first Black Sabbath song, and actually every Black Sabbath album that Ozzy was a part in. And I hate to break it to you guys, all you Ozzy haters out there, Ozzy wrote the very first song, Black Sabbath. Those are his lyrics. He wrote them, okay? Geezer did not write those songs. I know what you're saying out there. Bullshit. Ozzy didn't write those lyrics. It was Geezer Butler. Well, guess what? I have somebody to tell you that Ozzy wrote the song. And when you see this, I know you're gonna hate it. You're gonna be like, la 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 la. He's not saying what I hear, he's saying la 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 la. Geezer wrote these lyrics, it wasn't Ozzy. Here's the clip to shut your fucking Ozzy-hating ass up.
At the time I was seriously into cult stuff and black magic and all that kind of thing. I had this little apartment which I'd painted black and had all these upside down crosses all around the place. Pictures of Satan everywhere. And Ozzy brought this book around for me, and it's like this really old 15th century old book. And it was all written in Latin. It was all about black magic. It had all these drawings of Satan and everything in it. And I just had a really weird feeling about it. And that same night, I woke up in the middle of this horrible nightmare, and I just saw this black shape at the bottom of my bed, just staring at me. It was like a black, malevolent thing. It was a horrible feeling of it, and I just totally freaked out. And I told Ozzy about it, and he came up with the lyrics to Black Sabbath.
How do you like those fucking apples, huh? Hate it, don't you? You hate it. Yeah, well, Ozzy wrote those fucking lyrics, huh? Huh? I bet you fucking don't believe it still. Even when you hear Geezer say it. Fucking piece of shit. The Wizard was written about Gandalf of Lord of the Rings, which Led Zeppelin went on to write songs about Lord of the Rings too, but Black Sabbath did it first. Anyway, and The Wizard, the way The Wizard starts, it starts with a harmonica. And any of you Ozzy haters know who it was that played the harmonica on that? Yeah, I know what you're saying. La 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 la. Ozzy didn't write anything. La 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 la. He doesn't know how to play the harmonica. La 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 la. You know, fuck you. Fuck you. The Wizard. Kick-ass fucking song off the fucking first album. Then we go into The Wall of Sleep. Behind the Wall of Sleep. A little interesting personal thing about this album and that song was the very first time I heard this. I was turned on by my brother's friend. Rest in peace. He's a great guy. His name was George Royal. And he played me that song, and he said, while he was playing me the first Sabbath, it was just fucking blowing my mind. And then by the time it got to the third song, he was like, check it out, dude. They say my name in this song. They say George Royal. So I'm listening, and then it got to this part. And I was like, whoa, they say George Royal. And for years and years and years, I always thought it said George Royal, but it doesn't say George Royal. It actually says, damn, I forgot exactly what it says. I'd have to look it up. Why don't you look it up? Stop being a lazy fuck and you look it up yourself. Anyway, and the next song is, well, it's an instrumental called Basically, which is just bass, and it's Geezer Butler just fucking awesome, man. What a fucking player he is. And goes into N.I.B. N.I.B., a lot of people think that N.I.B. means negativity in black. But actually, N.I.B. was written about Bill Ward's beard, which is not that much different than mine. I need to shave. I need to trim my shit. But he used to have like a little beard that looked like a pen nib. I guess that's what they called a pen point in England, a nib. So that's why they called it N.I.B. N.I.B. for nib. Anyway, so the song has nothing to do with Bill Ward's beard. It's a song that you listen to and it sounds like a love song, but then later you find out it's actually the devil singing a song about falling in love, which is pretty fucking interesting. Next song in the American version, because the European version had Evil Woman, which was recorded in 1969 and released in 1970. Before the album came out, it was called Evil Woman. It was a cover song, and it was really cool, but it was kind of poppy compared to what's on this album. But our version had the Wicked World. Well, Wicked World. Wicked World, that's a pissed off song, man. Not that, maybe somebody out there correct me if I'm wrong, but was there anybody talking about that shit back then? As I recall, like the early 70s and late 60s was all about flower power, man. Peace, drop in, drop acid, and drop out, and you know, and smoke weed, and fuck for free, and all this shit. And Black Sabbath were saying, hey, you know what? This world fucking sucks, man. Fucking Ozzy had no shoes. They lived in fucking Birmingham, England, where fucking they ate rocks for dinner, and they were like happy to have rocks for dinner. They had really a hard fucking life, and that's what that song's about. Wicked World, man. It's a fucking wicked song. And then we go into Bit of Finger. Bit of Finger, kind of like a instrumental, like, I don't know, it sounds kind of like a twangy banjo or something, you know. It's kind of weird. And you know, it's pretty, it's got this really cool fucking evil vibe thing, you know. You just know something's coming, you know, and what's coming is it's the warning. And the warning is an old blues song. I understood. I didn't know this for many years. I thought it was original, but it's actually a cover that was, I don't know, I never heard the original, but the original I'm sure is like 3-4 minutes probably, you know, tops, and theirs is like 10 minutes because it has this crazy fucking guitar solo by Mr. Iommi, and it fucking rules. And that concludes the first Black Sabbath album. That's my review. I know it ain't much, but what the fuck? I'm such a Black Sabbath nut swinger fanboy that I'm gonna review every fucking thing. And if it's only one motherfucker that's just looking at my reviews, fine, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing this for that one motherfucker. And anybody else that hates this review and you don't like what I'm saying, well, why the fuck are you still watching? Fuck you. You know that? Fuck all you guys that hate Ozzy. If anybody out there thinks Ozzy sucks, I got news for you. Ozzy does not suck. It's you that sucks. And Black Sabbath owns you. They came into your house and fucked your mom. And they gave birth to you. If you like metal, it's because your mom fucked Black Sabbath. It was a fucking 5-way. They all fucking jizzed in her and gave birth to you. If you're metal, Black Sabbath owns your fucking metal collection. The greatest band in the world. All hail Black fucking Sabbath.
Just a little bit too strong.